Welcome again to one more episode of Embrace Education. In a world where borders blur and careers evolve faster than ever, how do we prepare young people for life and not just work? And that matters more than ever. Today's students are not just future employees, they are future global citizens navigating a complex, interconnected world. In this episode, we explore how lifelong learning, career flexibility, and personal well being intertwine through the lens of a truly global voice. And our guest today is Markos Korvesis. Markos is a career coach that has supported thousands to escape the 9 to 5 routine and become location independent, as he says successfully location independent. He is a leading LinkedIn voice. He's lived and worked across 37 countries. Wow. And helped build communities like the Da Nang and Athens Nomad festivals. What can we learn from his journey about well-being, purpose, and educating a world without borders? Here we are. Welcome, Markos. It's a joy and a privilege to have you here with us today.
Hello, Effie and everyone. Thank you for the invitation.
Marcus, I'm really curious. What was the thing that first sparked your decision to become a digital nomad, and how does it tie in with your idea of well-being?
Yeah, it was 2018, as far as I remember, when I was joining different conferences and seminars, and I met some digital nomads from Peru and Russia in a co-working space. And I became friends. We became friends with a guy from Peru. So he was the inspiration for me to become a digital nomad because he was a CEO of a big marketing company in Canada. And he was traveling the world, coming especially to Greece and Colombia. And he was my first inspiration to also become a digital nomad.
Wow. How does this transition to digital nomadism tie in with your idea of well-being? What is well-being for you, if you wish?
Yeah, so for me, well-being is to have a fulfilling life and career with a balance and really enjoy the small things and do things with fulfillment, no matter if it is hobbies, volunteer projects, our job. So everything, it's like more holistic, let's say.
Yes. Holistic is the right word, I think. And it's amazing that it comes from a Greek word that means complete. So it's the complete image of being well.
Yeah.
And you've been to 37 countries so far. Wow, that's really amazing. Since 2018, that's even more amazing. So what are the most surprising things you've learned about education, about work, about well-being from those travels?
Yeah. So the fun fact is that I visited the first 22 countries in 1 year and a half,
My
which
God.
was very fast. And then I realized that I enjoy more to do more slow banding, so to stay
Mm.
more time in one place. So in the beginning, I was changing place every few days, and then every few weeks, and later every few months. And now I spend most of the months of the year in Vietnam, which is my new home base, let's say, since last
Mm.
year. And yeah, so what I learned is that, there are so many different cultures, especially in different continents. Like in Europe, okay, from everything started looking, let's say, similar after a while. And the main differences were, let's say, South and North Europe. And then I moved to Southeast Asia, which is
Mm.
completely different. So everything is super different. Like, for example, in Vietnam, people wake up around 4 in the morning, most of them. They go to the beach. The beach is during the sunrise, the most crowded time of the day. You
Amazing.
will see most of the people on the beach around 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's doing a workout, calisthenics, yoga, meditation, running, all kind of things to work out, and they have a very healthy lifestyle. And then they do the same in the evening during sunset. And it's all kind of people, retired people, young people, families, all together. So they really take care of their, let's say, well-being, their life. that I haven't met these let's say habits anywhere else in the world. So that was the most surprising for me in Vietnam specifically.
Right. That's really, I've never heard of this before. I've never been to Vietnam yet.
Yeah,
And I'm really excited to hear this. So what you're saying is that their culture incorporates well-being. It's not something extra. Is that right? Is that what I'm understanding?
exactly. And also one more part of their culture is taking a nap, like a nap break during their work for around 1 hour. So for this 1 hour, the banks close, so the employees can take a nap,
Mm.
and the offices are doing the same. So a lot of companies and businesses, they have a nap break. So they close the office for 1 hour,
Mm.
and they literally take a nap in the office. So they move the office, on the side, and they have like a mattress or a yoga mat or something, and they sleep in the office for 1 hour, which is very
Well,
interesting. They do the same also in schools and universities. So in schools and universities, the students they usually take a nap on the desk for around 1 hour, and then they continue the lessons.
right. Well, that reminds me of the siesta we have in Greece. We used to have in Greece, but it's sort of eliminated these days. So well-being during incorporated with life. It's actually what you talk about when you talk about ikigai. Is that correct?
Mm.
You say you talk about ikigai and how it can support a more meaningful life. How does this concept of ikigai play into the way that nomad approaches life today? Nomads in general
Yeah.
approach life today.
So first of all, I want to clarify that the Ikigai is not a job, because there is
Of
a
course.
best-selling book since 2016, but it is misleading. It has misleading information. So Ikigai is not this Venn diagram, the popular Venn diagram. This is not Ikigai.
Mm,
It's not Japanese. This is written by a Spanish astrologer in 2011. Ikigai is way older than that. And Ikigai is more emotional. It's more like a feeling, and that
mm,
brings joy and fulfillment in everything we do, and everything that brings joy and fulfillment. It can be a job, but it can also be a coffee. It can be a hobby. It can be our pet, our partner, our friends, all kind of things, not only a job. And
mm,
it can be useful for the world or not. It can reward us in different ways. So the book was saying that it is offering money, but it's not only money. It can be fulfillment, knowledge, experience, recognition, social impact, environmental impact, knowledge, like so many different things, not only money. And maybe we are good at it or not. It doesn't matter for Ikigai, for the real
holistic.
Ikigai. So it's more, yeah, it's more holistic. So it's everything that we love doing. It's our daily routine, our hobbies, our friends, our voluntary projects, our job, like our lifestyle, our living
Mm,
environment, working environment, like everything can be Ikigai. And this is what many nomads, they become nomads actually because of that.
mm,
They become nomads for the freedom to really enjoy what they want to have.
right. So okay, so they Ikigai is to me is a mindset, more like it's how you live life holistically, and this ties in with my theory of well-being, holistic well-being in school as well.
Yeah.
So in one, I read one of your quotes where you say in LinkedIn, where you really do an amazing job, and I do recommend anyone who's on LinkedIn to follow Markos. So you say, learn for life, not just for a diploma. What message do you send with this quote to young people, especially?
Yeah, so there are many people that they are, let's say, hunting the diplomas and the certifications just to have them.
Yeah.
But the truth is that it's what we actually need. So first of all, we need to do a research. Do we really need a diploma? Do we really need a certification? And which one? Because including myself, like I spent a lot of time, energy, and money in things that I didn't need for my goals. And that's because I didn't do a good research. So I spent thousands of euros in things that I didn't need or they were not aligned with my goals, let's say. And many people are doing this. So yeah, what I suggest is doing a good research and do things around our life goals. Maybe we need a diploma or not, we need a degree or certification or not. And if we need one, we need to do a good research to check which one is better for our goals, more aligned.
As I often say, learn, relearn, unlearn. Sometimes we need to unlearn and relearn. But the important thing is use what you learn, right? Very often I know teachers, for example, I know educators who have had thousands of hours of learning, only to go back to their normal routine, teaching routine, and that's the important thing. Use what you learn. So, talking about educators, if there is one message that you could share with teachers preparing the next generation. By the way, I wanted to ask you, how many nomads are there? If you have information like this, statistical information, do we know the number of nomads around the world now?
There are some statistics that say that the nomads are around 14 million people, and it's
wow.
a community that
Canada, a whole Canada, right? Like a country, actually.
Yeah, and it's growing very fast. Half of them are in the United States, around half of them, and the rest around the world. But yeah, it's growing very fast as a community, and there are also some startups that they are trying to make it as a digital country, like a digital nation, or in a way that we can, let's say, make deals with governments,
right.
With,
so
global insurance and taxes and banking system and
very interesting. So if it's already if there are already 40 million nomads, how fast is this growing? This tendency or trend growing?
Yeah, I remember that it's like 1-2 years ago we were around 30 million. So it seems that it's growing very fast.
Really fast.
More and more people, they want to become digital nomads because it's also easier than ever. So we have the internet, we have the tools. More and more countries, they are issuing digital nomad visas. So they make it even easier for people to become digital nomads. We have better internet connections, better tools, more affordable equipment. So it's the easiest, let's say, period of time for someone to become a digital
nomad. Okay. Even educators then can become digital nomads, right? For an ikigai way of life.
Exactly, of course.
All right. So number one, dear educators who are watching this, maybe you want to consider, and especially if you've got the certification of educational neuro coaching, this will add to your let's say, how appealing your work will be, but also how about educating the new generation, many of whom will be willing or eager to become digital nomads. What advice do you have for teachers, Marco?
Yeah, so first of all, there are over 300 professions that can be done remotely. So there are a lot of options because many people think that there are not many options. There are over 300, including teaching and like teachers and trainers and instructors and all these educational professions. They can be done remotely, so they can also become digital nomads. The most important thing for me is that we need to do something that we really love. We really enjoy doing because digital nomading is very challenging. We do not only need to focus on our work, let's say, we also need to plan our flights, our accommodation, our co-working, like a working space, and so like also the trips and the activities that we want to do in a different place. So there are so many more things to organize.
More complicated.
It's more complicated life. So we need to have a lot of skills to make this happen.
Right. So yeah, and this is actually a matter of being prepared, right? And this is what you do with your coaches. My question is for teachers who teach children now, what is your message for them to help them prepare the next generation? What should they focus on if you have some kind of message?
Yeah, I would say that if it was me, like I would focus on as an educator, let's say, I would focus on sharing with the new generation what are their options. What are their options? Because many people think that the traditional path. Okay, I go to school, then I go to university, I get a bachelor degree, then I get a master degree, and then I have a job, and then I get retired. So many people they think this kind of traditional model, but there are many more options. I know many people that they do homeschooling, online schooling. They go to international schools. They go, for example, one season in Bali, one season in Phuket, one season in a different place, a tropical island or other beautiful place with their kids in any age. Some of them are small or teenagers. So setting the options. What are the options? Learning about the options. Also in Europe, for example, uh, I meet so many people, kids, teenagers, parents, adults, like so many people that they are not aware about the Erasmus projects. We are very lucky that we are in Europe, and the people that they live in Europe are very lucky because we have the Erasmus projects that they offer so many funded projects all over Europe, sometimes also outside of Europe, even like USA, Canada, and Singapore. And there are so many funded projects that people don't know. So, for example, if I was an educator, I would say, yeah, you know what? There is also this project that you can join. It's like completely free. It's funded by the European Union. You can do as many projects as you want in all over Europe and at any age. You don't need to be a student. You don't need to be young. So there are so many options in Europe, and people don't know.
Yeah, that's true. And I was talking about it now that you're saying it. I was talking about it with a co-trainer and friend in Canada, and she was amazed. She said, "Really?" She couldn't believe how many options there are. Seeing options or being aware that there are options. Sometimes we can't really see the options, but in knowing that there are opens up new horizons, and then we're open to explore, to see. For example, you just opened a window to reskilling for not so young people, for adults, but also for kids, for young people. To grow their skills. So yes, options. I couldn't agree more, Markos. And this is something that we need to work on in Greece as well. We think that it is often the case that people follow the traditional path in education, but there is so much more to do. That's so very right. And this is something that we need to work. Talking about this, so you've coached over 3,000 people. What you say, escape the 9 to 5 routine. Can you share a story of someone that completely transformed their career path in an unexpected way? Talking about options.
Yeah, so here I want to say that one out of four of my coaches are moving place, country, or even continent after our sessions within 12 months, which is completely transformational for their life. And no matter if they are singles, couples, or families with kids, I even had a couple that the lady was pregnant in the 4th month and they moved place during the pregnancy. So because it transformed their life, they are the right, let's say, living environment and working environment for them. So a case, for example, that I remember is Sophia from Hungary, that she was doing some very junior role, let's say, things like random things to, for covering her expenses. And after our sessions, she joined to one of the European projects in Andalusia in Spain for 6 months, which was a funded program by the European Union. She went to a company that the company was doing what she would like to do. So after our sessions, we have some results like, yes, that's the ideal profession for you, like ideal working environment. So she found a company that is doing that in Andalusia and Spain. She went to this program right after our sessions in just like 2 or 3 weeks. She stayed there for 6 months, and she learned everything. She new knowledge, new skills, and new experiences and connections. And after the 6 months, she created her own business in Tenerife, in Canary Islands of Spain, near Africa. She even brought her mom and her sister to work together. And she was offering offline and online services. So she had the offline because she really enjoyed doing activities in nature, and also online sessions like coaching and consulting. And she even kept the collaboration with the company that she did this Erasmus project. So it was like some months of the year is doing projects with that company in Andalusia, and the rest of the year her own business, online, offline services, including her
Amazing, right,
yeah.
right. Amazing. So from Hungary to Spain to the world, to Asia to the world. Amazing. Right. This is really an amazing story, an account, and an example of how life can change with a new mindset. Beautiful. Marcos, I'm really, this has been an amazing discussion, and it could take forever, actually. There's more and more ideas that I would like to learn from you, and I'm sure our listeners would as well. And actually, you can ask Marcos in the comments anything you'd like, and he will respond whenever he has time, because he's a very busy person traveling around the world. And expanding the idea of ikigai through nomadism. Marco, we play a game with every guest we have. So would you be willing to play with us? Are you game?
Of course, let's play.
All right. So the game goes like this. Give one word or few short answer to 3 questions. Embrace questions, okay? So 1, a city that embraces ikigai, your mindset most?
Well, the number 1 is Okinawa in Japan, that I'm also going this November.
Amazing. A lesson or belief that you've stopped embracing?
Perfectionism.
Wow.
I have the idea that somebody told me, and I really like this idea, like if something is 80% good enough, it's usually enough for most of the things. So we don't need to get stressed to make it 100% perfect for most of the things.
And a teacher or a mentor that taught you how to embrace your own purpose in life?
So many. So one that comes to my mind is Nicholas Kemp, which is actually the founder of the Ikigai tribe in Japan. And he approached me on LinkedIn a few years ago to tell me that, Marcos, I was doing the Ikigai with a job. So he told me about the real Ikigai with the more holistic approach and for the life purpose and fulfilling life and career. So yeah, I really like this idea.
Beautiful. Thank you, Marcos, for joining us on Embrace Education. It's been an amazing session.
Thank you so much.
We wish you, I wish you personally, continuous ikigai in your life. So today's conversation reminded us that education isn't about theory, it's about skills, purpose, and adaptability, and well-being, holistic well-being in an ever-changing world. As we guide young people toward becoming global citizens, let's also nurture their humanity and courage to thrive anywhere they are, independent of place. If today's conversation sparked ideas, share it with a colleague or leave us a review, and follow us for more stories on the intersection of well-being, leadership, and future-ready education. Until next time, keep learning, stay grounded, embrace the journey, wherever it may lead.